Hello, I'm Kim. Nice to meet you.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Kim. Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I am good.
So, what's your name?
Yeah, I am Prabhu.
Hi, Prabhu. I'm Kim. I'm from the UK, but I live in Romania now.
Okay, okay,
Um,
good.
so, how can I help today?
Yeah, we can go with general conversation to improve my English conversation. That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So, uh, let me introduce myself a little bit more. I'm a self-employed writer. I work from home. Um, I live I've lived in Romania for about 5.5 years with my husband, who's from here.
Okay,
We've got a little boy who's 7. Um, I have builders working on my house outside right now, so if there's a little bit of noise, I apologize. Um, they're meant to be plastering. I'm not quite sure what they're hammering, to be fair.
okay,
Um, I've worked in the theatre and film industry for 15 years and sales and marketing for another 15 years, on and off.
okay.
Uh, Tell me a bit about you.
Actually, I am Prabhu. I have completed my BE Computer Science. I am married. I have two daughters. My elder daughter is doing fourth grade. My younger daughter is newborn baby, is too tiny. She is 2 months old. Now I am in working in private company as a email marketing specialist. I love cycling. I love walking. Yeah, I think that's all about me.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, congratulations on your new daughter. She's
Thank you very much.
so cute at that age. No sleep, but very cute.
Yeah, now only she woke up.
um, So, what sort of topics are you hoping to expand your English knowledge on?
Actually, my goal is I need to speak with native speaker. I can to improve like a native speaker.
Mm.
So
Uh,
that is my only one goal actually.
well, that's what Cambly's good for. I mean, we can talk about most topics on here. Um, you know, so tell me more about the cycling. What type of cycling do you do? Are you more of a road cyclist, or do you like to get off road?
Here not off road actually. Here on road only actually. I need to cycle in the morning actually. Off road, I think if we go somewhere actually that is not possible for me actually now. So I can go with on road only.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of both over the years.
Okay.
I found cycling was not my forte. I'm rather too clumsy,
Actually,
but it's
I
fun.
love hiking also. I love hiking actually. If you
Mm,
go there, just my mood will change actually. Will be changed if you go
mm,
hiking some place. Maybe if you, for example, if I have tents, that time my mind will be changed.
yeah,
If you go by hiking, that my mind will change. So that's why I prefer every day to hiking to somewhere.
yeah. No, I completely agree. Getting out into nature is essential, I think, for our well-being. I spent far too many years working in busy cities, uh, basically living in offices or studios or venues of some kind where I didn't see daylight for
Okay.
weeks. I'd turn up before the sun was up, I'd leave when the sun had gone down. I was in a dark room filming or stage work or whatever for decades, and you just stop being able to get out. So on the days where I was free, I was out. I was as far away from the town as I could get because I
Okay.
grew up in the countryside.
Countryside.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
the Highlands of Scotland were
Okay.
playground as a child. So, like you, I love being out and walking in nature and seeing the animals and hearing the birds. And yeah,
Yeah, that also nice actually. If you go by some wildlife, you see some animals, wildlife, but that time also we feel happy actually.
mm, just that moment where you know you're in their space,
Okay, okay, yes,
and
correct.
you're trying to be respectful that you're in their space because it is, we encroach on their habitats all the time, and just to watch them be,
Okay,
watching a deer or watching birds or rabbits or horses or whatever it may be wild running around, I just
okay.
love it. It's just lovely. Uh,
If you see in wild animal, if you go by that vehicle, closed vehicle only, we will see that lion, tiger, and all.
I haven't been able to see that obviously in the wild as such, but in the UK there's quite a few places where we do conservation work where they have thousands of acres. I mean, it's
Okay,
huge. Parts of
okay,
the country are taken up by conservation places like Bristol Zoo, places like Stirling Castle has one, Twycross, Whipsnade, which is a partner to London Zoo, and they're breeding programs for endangered species, and they live as if they would in their natural habitat. So you've got elephants roaming wild, and rhinos, and giraffes, and lions, and
okay,
tigers, and bears. Oh, it's just, and you can walk around most of it.
okay.
The rest you have to go with tour guides, and they take you in a car through
Car,
the more
correct, correct,
dangerous
correct.
animals. Um, but it is phenomenal. I
Yes,
remember
yes, yes.
I
Of
remember
course.
as a child, where were we? I think we were in Scotland, and we were in the car, and we were going through, and it was where the rhinos were, and there was this one particular rhino that the keeper had warned us about and said he likes to play with cars. Right? And
Okay,
we're like,
okay,
okay. And his game was he would lie down and fall asleep in the middle of the road and
okay.
then frighten the car. He would never hurt anybody, but he would like to pretend like he was going to charge a car. And then they'd try and go round him, and then he'd come back, and it was just playing tag with cars. Um, so he's perfectly harmless. He just likes to play with people.
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. Actually, you go carefully
Real
only.
character.
Yes,
And I
but
love it. Yeah.
yes, yes. While I mean, any time they can do anything,
Mm.
so we go carefully.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, they've been around a lot longer than we have. And,
Okay,
we take over their spaces when we build our buildings and build our roads. And certainly that's been the case here in Romania, where there's a large bear population in the mountains and in the forests. And people get upset because they come into their property and their land and upset things. Like, well, you chose to go and build your house in the middle of the forest up a mountain in their
okay,
territory. What do you expect? You are in their territory, not the other way around. You know, um, I think we forget that a little bit as humans, that we're
okay.
meant to coexist with animals. You know? But no, I love nature and wildlife.
Yes, seriously,
Um,
actually, most of them love nature. Actually, if you love nature, if you go with nature, that time you can feel happy.
mm,
So we can get out from your stress. You get out from your work,
yeah.
etc., etc. What are the bad things or something? Just you can feel happy. If you go with nature or something, that time you feel happy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Like we're getting into late autumn here, but we're surprisingly warm this week,
Okay.
which is why
Oh,
we've got the plasters in to plaster the outside the house before winter, and because it's a new build, and so I was playing outside with my son, who's 7, so we were
okay.
tearing around the garden, looking at our fruit trees and everything, and we had the most beautiful cartoon style clouds yesterday. They were so
Okay, okay,
fluffy and gorgeous, and we were just marveling at that.
okay,
It was nice, and he loves looking for creatures around the garden because we have some interesting insects here that we wouldn't have in the UK because it's not warm enough. And so he likes to go adventuring and looking for new
okay.
creatures. Yeah, it's nice. So tell me, what was something when you've been out hiking? What was the most beautiful thing that you've seen while
Yeah, if you
hiking?
go, if you go hiking, I saw some normal thing only, not that much actually. Um, if you go hiking, first of all, I avoid headphone. I avoid mobile phone and all actually. I can enjoy with that hiking.
Mm,
So only we need to enjoy with that climate and all. So only no need to see any animal and all.
mm. No, I think round here, I haven't done as much hiking in this country as I'd like to.
Okay, okay,
Just circumstance, moved here and then all of a sudden it
okay,
was COVID and then, oh, it's just been a whole thing.
okay. Yeah,
But,
actually here I am hiking with a normal pace actually. Here I am hiking with a normal pace.
mm,
If you saw some animals and all, if you go somewhere, then only we got some wildlife animal and all.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, because I'm mainly surrounded by agricultural land in this part of the country, but my husband's family are from the mountains on the other side. So
Okay.
when we do go up into the mountains, or
Okay.
we get out of our region, which
Out
is a
of
bit
it.
flatter.
Where it is?
Uh,
Where it is actually?
well, I'm close to the Hungarian border in Romania, so I'm on the very west
Hungary.
side of Romania, and
Okay.
so I'm right at the bottom where the Carpathian Mountains start to go across the country towards Ukraine.
Okay. Good. Good.
But as you go through the Carpathians, you get beautiful waterfalls and natural valleys with rivers that they've turned into hiking trails. Um, because obviously, we do have wild bears and other creatures that you have to be aware of, and there's been sightings of
Okay.
wolves over the last couple of years, so they like to keep people fairly safe.
Okay.
Um, but it's just so gorgeous. It reminds me of the Highlands of Scotland, actually, a
Okay.
lot of the terrain.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's really
Uh,
pretty.
Kim, actually, what's your feedback for me? Actually, myself, what I need to improve? What's your opinion?
Well, I'd say you're on a really good track because your pronunciation is great, your grammar is spot on, your vocabulary is good and varied. Just keep building on that, really. Maybe pick a theme that you work on for 2 or 3
Okay.
weeks where you gather as much specialized vocabulary about that topic
Okay.
as possible and
Okay.
practice that, and then move on to another one. Um, but my biggest advice is just try and make it fun,
Okay. Good.
with your English learning. If you like reading, read, but also read aloud where you can. If you like listening to things, do that. If you like watching movies, do that. Whatever is enjoyable, add
Okay.
it into your learning toolbox.
Okay. 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 We can do some fun and learning actually. So no need to bore and all like that. I was trying to say. Okay.
No, we're not at school anymore. We don't have to do it the old
Yes.
fashioned way.
Yes.
Now we can do it in a way that we actually enjoy.
Yes.
So
Definitely. Then only
it's
you can learn fast actually. Okay. Correct.
Yeah. And obviously, if your daughter, your older daughter, obviously, is learning English as well, you can practice with her and do the games that she does and make it
Yeah,
fun
yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah. Yes, correct, correct, Kim. Actually, I'm doing the same only. Actually, I'll talk with my daughter. I will talk with my wife
Mm,
as much as I can do.
excellent. Because that's what I do with my son with Romanian, is we try and make it a game,
Okay,
um, and it helps us both learn. You know.
okay.